All right, MG.A.3. Which point is closest to D? Show your work. So I would say that this, when we originally did it, was really all about using perpendicular bisectors, okay? Because the cool thing about a perpendicular bisector between 2 points is that every point on that line is equally distant from the 2 points. For example, if I were to make the perpendicular bisector between A and B, I'll do that right now. So I make a circle from A to B and a circle from B back to A. And then I create a line through the intersections of those circles. Ta-da! And what's cool about this line now is I know every single point on that line must be the same distance from both A and B. Well, hey, look, D is not on that line, so it must be closer to one of them. I think it's pretty obvious that it's closer to B because it's on B's side of the line. And, oh, but I still have C to think about, right? So I'm not sure if it's closer to B or C, even if A has been eliminated from the running. So I will create another perpendicular bisector between B and C, something like this. So one more perpendicular bisector, and I think hopefully we can tell even without too much more work here, D is on B's side of that perpendicular bisector as well. So the ultimate answer, B, is closest to D because D is on B's side of all of those perpendicular bisectors. Okay. The first question, I skipped it because I thought that it would make more sense if I did the second one first. It's basically asking you to divide up the map using the perpendicular bisectors, and it's already made 2 of them. Like this line is, I mean, they don't tell you outright, but it is the perpendicular bisector between A and B. This is the bisector between A and C. So we just need to make the last bisector between B and C. And something like this here. Doop. And now that I've got this line drawn in, I can create the final 2 sections of the map. Like anybody who lives in this section that I just created right here, new color, anybody who lives in that section right there is closest to hospital B. There's not one specific point that they're asking about. It's more just break up the map. All right. Anybody who lives in this big white section would be closest to hospital C because every point in that section is on C's side of each of those perpendicular bisectors. Interesting point. This point right here, right in the middle, is an interesting point. Because why? Because that point is the same distance from A and B and C. Okay, the intersection of all 3 perpendicular bisectors, it would be equally distant from A and B and C, which I point out because that's basically what it wants you to do in question 3. So make all of the perpendicular bisectors between statue 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, and wherever they intersect, that point is where to put the fountain because that would be equally distant from all 3 statues. Hope that helps. Feel free to holler if you got any other questions.